Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Nightcap with Rhino Man. I'm your host. I hope the sound is okay. I was having some technical difficulties yesterday. This has been a complete day of technical issues, from my internet going down to everything. So I hope the sound is good now. I hope you could hear me. Sister Yoshi, am I coming through loud and clear? I hope so. We're going to get this thing started in 1 minute here. Just want to make sure I'm good to go. If anybody in the chat could just drop a thumbs up that the sound's good, I know everything's going to be working out well. Anyway, hey all, hi. I just want to get started with this. We have a guest in the house that has not only been doing YouTube, but has also started a podcast. We're going to find out all about her, and we're going to get to know everything about her in 1 minute. But you know, like I do, I got 3 questions for you. And today I have 2 questions plus a challenge. So we're going to get those out there, and then we'll say hi to everybody and get the show kicked off as we do. The first question is, if you have a channel and you've been doing that channel for a little while, why haven't you tried something new? Are you scared? Try something new with your channel. If things are getting stagnant, switch it up. Try something new. That's question 1. Question 2, how can you bring your personality to your channel? That's something you got to think about, because I see a lot of channels out there that are trying to be somebody else, that are trying to do something else that's not themselves. So bring your own personality to your channel and watch it just take off. After you do that, it'll be all good. It'll be a lot easier to produce content. Okay, now the challenge comes in. I want you to find 3 things about another channel that you like outside of your niche. Try and do that and watch the creative juices start flowing. If you could watch 3 other channels outside your niche and pinpoint 3 things you like about that channel, you're going to see your creative juices flowing for your channel. Okay, guys, today's channel supporter. I don't know if she's in here yet, but she will be in here soon because she's always in all of these lives. I appreciate her so much. Casino Lady Slots. You can see it down at the bottom. Casino Lady Slots. She's always in the chat. She's always having fun. She comes in. She interacts. Hey, go check out her channel. I think she's about 600, 700 subs. She needs some help. Go check her out. Speaking of help, today I had internet problems. I had to go to Spectrum. They took care of me, but it was a hassle. But while I was waiting there for 45 minutes for them to see me, they had all their phones lined up. I went and put my YouTube channel on each and every one of those phones and let it play. I put playlist on all of them. Then I went back to some of them and I put Yoshi Slots on some of those channels. So it's a fun thing to do. If you get time, go to a T-Mobile store or something and load up your YouTube channel on all of their devices. Hey guys, we got a lot of people in here already. We got 12 people in the chat already. I seen a few of them. Wow, I'm tongue-tied today. Haven't had a beer yet. Spin and win slots. Sister Yoshi, of course. Gallivanter Slots. Slotty math teacher. Thank you for coming in. I love saying that. Slotty math teacher. Anyway, Gallivanter Slots. Gamblers Unknown. We have that big event this weekend. We're looking forward to that. Let's see who else is in here. It's a slot machine. Simon. MJ, true to you. Hey, this is your better half here. You came out to support. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. Who else? Matt's Gambling Stuff. Thank you for coming in. Oklahoma's casino reviews and slots. Bro, we got your big show coming up tomorrow. That casino loves you to death. High Winds Casino will be on the show tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Goldie Slots. Chumba Queen. Thank you for coming in. Jeremy Swartz. Hey, guys, if you need help filing a business license anywhere, reach out to Jeremy Swartz. He's the one that filed my business license. Haven't had any problem. Was able to go to the bank, take care of everything. Contact him. He'll take care of you. Believe me. Let's see who else we got in here. Sister Yoshi. I know Oh, Brazen Slots is in the house. I just saw Jay walk in Las Vegas over at the Gambler After Dark slot. Shaka Slots, always appreciate you, bro. Always appreciate you. Let's see who else. Okay, guys. Chris and Lou Slots. They were our guests last night. I appreciate you taking the time. And guys, all of you guys that are in the chat, I appreciate you. I know you could watch a lot of other channels. You could watch a lot of things, especially tonight. They're going on all over the place. You got Mr. Handpay. You got the Gambler After Dark. Lives are going crazy right now. So I appreciate you taking the time here and spending some time with me. Spanglish Slots, thank you for coming in. Let's get our guest on the screen here. Here we go. And Sister Yoshi, please let me know if she's in the right position. Oh, maybe not. I think I got to switch this around, put you over there. Now that the chat could cover my face if you're watching it on the TV. Hey, T-Town, how you doing?
Hey, Rhino man.
Hey, what's going on with you, girl?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
Just chilling? Having a good time? You got a drink in hand?
Yeah.
I'm just
You know
opening
what?
mine right now.
I forgot it. I forgot my drink.
Oh, you forgot your drink?
I had a whiskey ready and I forgot it.
Uh-oh. We'll give you some time to get it. El Huero Slots is in the house. Melvin.
You're gonna hook me up.
Oh, there you go. Melvin Lopez is in the house. Appreciate you. Hey, T-Town, you've been on YouTube now for a little over 3 years.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me what first of all, what made you start a slot channel?
When we moved to the country, and really I miss going to the casino because we was farther away from the casino when we moved out here. And one day I was just like, well, let me YouTube some SlotPlay, see if it's on there, right?
Yeah.
To my surprise, it was on there. So I was kind of hooked after that.
Okay. GC Slots is in the house. I haven't seen you in a while, girl. Thank you for coming in.
What up, GC?
So you moved out to the country. Where exactly is the country for you?
It's just a little outside of Tulsa.
Okay.
I mean, we in the country.
You're in the country, huh?
It's the boomies.
The boonies. Do you got cows and stuff around you?
Yeah, we got some horses.
Horses?
Some cows.
Do you ever go cow tipping?
No.
No.
A couple times we thought we was going to tip a tractor or two.
Oh, okay. What was alcohol involved?
No, sir. No, sir. No alcohol. No alcohol while the vehicles was moving.
Okay. So James Coupler, thank you for coming in. So when you started searching slot channels, you found some, obviously, but what sparked you to do yours?
Well, first of all, I wasn't even thinking of being a slot channel. I thought I don't even be honest, I don't even know how to work on cars, but I wanted to redo a Jeep because I used to look at like car rebuild channels. So I thought, man, I could rebuild me a Jeep and make it so I can go off-roading and stuff. And so that was my first channel, but it was really boring, and so I had to start over. So I figured, why not do SlotPlay? Because that's what I like to do. I like to gamble.
Nice. Gamblers Unknown says, I left my ass off, Rhino Man. Slot fun fact. I was a former cow tipping is a myth. I was a farmer. Cow tipping is a myth. Oh, you were a farmer. Bro, I didn't even ask you about that. I got to get you back on the show just for that one question right there. So you started out, you thought you were going to work on cars, work on a Jeep and film that. Did you film some of it?
I did. And it was boring. It was horrible.
Okay. So when do we get to see that? Are you going to drop that on your channel saying, hey, this is where I got my start on YouTube with?
You know what? I'll be honest. If I probably go way back, I probably still got some of it, like where I put it back in private.
Yeah.
But yeah, never again. It's probably going to get deleted now that I remember it.
Oh, you better make that at least visible for your members.
It's like it's been like 4 years since I've seen that video. I don't need to see it, but I still got the Jeep. But
Okay.
it's just a project now. So one day I'm gonna get it
That
going.
project will get completed. I'm sure it will.
Yeah,
I'm sure
on
it
my
will.
next jackpot.
Oh, there you go. And on your next jackpot, to get the project complete, you're just going to drop it off at a shop and let them work on it, right?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Cause I don't think I can handle it.
But that's all good. Okay, so when you started doing that, it didn't transition into anything sustainable for you. So you moved over to just filming slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I started I started filming slots when I was thinking, man, I could do this. I love to gamble. And I'll be honest, I didn't know if you can record or not. I just started recording.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't see a lot of 9-liner videos, which is VGT. It was
Okay.
only really like one channel that did the 9-liners,
Okay.
and it was Sam Slot channel. And so
Can
I was
you
like, man, I can film. What'd you say?
can you explain what VGT is, just so everybody
Uh,
knows out there?
VGT is a class 3 casino. They're in class 3 casinos, if I'm correct. And VGTs are made by Aristocrat,
Okay.
and they have red spins, and we go off bingo patterns.
Okay.
So they're bingo, because our casinos used to be bingo halls, and they converted them over to that. So with that, the machines have to have some type of bingo patterns.
Okay. Can I say hello real quick to the high dollar baller? The boss slots is in the house. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. We have a couple of other channels that just came in. Chris and Luke, Chumba Queen Travel. I saw Lucky Obsession. Thank you for coming in. And Slot Sister. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate you. Simi Scratch and
My
Ernie's here
sister,
too. There you go. Melly loves slots. They're all coming in now. Gambler must be done.
Melly. No, I did
Scratching
not.
at Harmony, who's going to be on the show on Monday. So thank you for coming in, Scratching at Harmony.
Oh,
Okay, so they used to be bingo halls. The 9 lines is what
oh, can't
attracted
do it on.
you to start your channel, right?
Yeah, because I love those 9-line type of. Well, if you what, that's like my little obsession is 9-liners or 9-line type of games. Because even before I ever started playing 9-liners, I used to play like the old was it Double Diamond, like 9 lines? I think that's what
Yeah.
it is. So those we used to have those. Those was real popular, and like hot jackpots. But the Double Diamond, like free spins, and it was like a one like with a cow and a chicken kind of.
Okay.
And we used to play those a lot because those was for the educational fun, but they
Okay.
was hard to win on. So I'm glad that they don't do those no more, because those
Oh
is
yeah.
tough.
So I listened to your podcast, and we'll talk about your whole podcast series a little bit later. You were talking about Haywire, the 3-reel machine Haywire, that it would continue to give you spins randomly, right?
Oh, Live Wire. I think it's
Livewire.
Live Wire.
I hit my first jackpot. I don't know if they still have them out. I think they're double diamonds, where the diamond points one way and then the other way, and then they line up. They move the reel after the spin. If it's pointing up, it'll move up. If it's pointing down, it'll move down. I remember I was at Stardust, I think it was, and that was
Mm-hmm.
my first. I must have been like 19, no, like 21. I was early 20s easily. Me and my dad went there, and that's the first time I hit a jackpot for $3,300. I got 3 7s
Damn.
across, and they weren't even lined up. One went down, one went up, the other one went down, and they lined up like that. I was shocked. That was what hooked me right there. You know how that goes.
Man,
You get
I
that.
wish I had that type of experience when I first started gambling.
Well, tell me about when you first started gambling.
See, I was a low because I was only 18 when I started gambling. So, like, so back to like VGT, which is probably, we have a lot of VGT. So we have quarter machines where you could just play literally one quarter, and the highest you could win off that one quarter playing three, like just one quarter is like $200. But back then I didn't know how to count quarters.
Yeah.
So all you see is these big credits, like 800 credits come off for something. So you think, man, I really won something. And so my first big win, if you listen to the podcast, my first big win was on a quarter machine, but it wasn't really a first big win. But in my opinion, $200 was a lot for this 18-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is, especially when you're that young and you're gambling at a casino. You know, you think you're high rolling when you hit that $200. But of course, your mom and grandma set you straight, right?
Yeah, because when they came in and I called them up and I was like, yo, I just won. And so they came, I don't even know how they got to the casino that fast, really. But they looked, and I just sat at the machine. I didn't even play or nothing. I just sat at the machine waiting on them. And they go, girl, that's only $200. I was thinking, well, that's a lot of money to me. And so they just went off and did whatever. But, you know, I will always remember that, because that was like I was talking to my grandma earlier, and she was like, she didn't really remember it. But anyway, I just thought it was just a funny moment.
Yeah, definitely. So you started your channel. You started putting some content out there. When did your channel start taking off for you?
Okay, so I always say I started January 1st of 2018. And I was excited. I was excited when I got like 2 subscribers, because, you know, I started from 0.
Same here.
I mean, we all start from 0, but that first subscriber, that's a hard subscriber to get on your own, you know? And then so you go, next thing you know, it was like 18 subscribers. I said, MJ, I got on MJ nerves, because she was probably like, I just really don't care. That's 18 subscribers. But to me, I felt like I was really doing something, because I was putting up videos every day, and I was slowly growing my channel. And I was thinking, okay. And I remember I was so close to 100 subscribers. I mean, I was like 90. And it was J Real's live stream. Back then, J Real used to do live streams, but he didn't hit the 1,000 yet. But he had quite a bit of people. It was like a lot of smaller channels in there.
Okay.
And I went and I said, man, can y'all help me? Can y'all help me get to 100? I'm so close. And I had a video ready for my 100 subscribers. And he was like, you know, y'all know how it feel to be, you know, there. And so next thing I know, I was at 111 subscribers. So that's just one of those moments I'll always remember.
That's so cool. Before we get more into your channel, where did you come up with the name TTown Gambler, and why?
Well, one day, I started off with my first name, and that wasn't working. And I said, I got to come up with something. So I was sitting in Hard Rock, and I was just writing on a piece of paper, and I was like, I don't know why I'm making this hard on myself. I said, why don't I name myself TTown Gambler? I'm from Tulsa. Tulsa is known to be T-Town, and I felt like nobody could judge me on my name, because you wouldn't know if it's a man or a woman, because I didn't talk a lot in my videos back then, but you wouldn't know, and I didn't want somebody like to discriminate me because, oh, this woman don't know how to play slots, or this guy don't know how to play slots. So I came up with T-Town, and it just fit. MJ didn't like the name. I always put her out there, because she was like, I don't think so. But I was like, MJ, this is the name, and this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be T-Town Gambler. She's like, okay, whatever.
So now everybody calls you T, right?
Everybody call me T.
There you go. Slutty Matt t-shirt says, Brittany, talk about the quick hit blitz live, please.
Look. So I'm sometimes a little dramatic when I win. I don't care if it's $100. I'm happy, right?
Yeah.
And so I had some viewers that was in the chat all night. It was a rough start of a live stream. This was a live stream, and the security came over and told me I couldn't record. And this is a live stream that's still up, by the way. And so he was new, and I was like, you got to go get your supervisor because I know I can record here. So whatever. So we pressed on because he kind of brought down the energy. So I was walking around the casino playing. We started doing better. Like, we was winning. And I had these subscribers. They was like, play this quick hits. I don't even play quick hits. Like, I couldn't find this machine. So I said, okay. Yeah. So we start walking all over the casino because River Spirit is a pretty nice size casino. And we were just walking all over, and they kept saying, you know, play this. So I was saying, okay, y'all gonna have to navigate to me where this machine is. Because they was a buddy system. They knew where this machine was. So we finally get to this machine, and I will tell y'all, Quick Hit Blitz is probably the most exciting quick hits I've ever played in my life. Because I don't know who played it in the chat, but I got a little too excited and I started sweating. I was hot. I accidentally hit the man in the back of me with the chair. It was just a mess, but it was a great $500 win.
And you were super excited about that.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So Lottery Junkie says, I love your name. So did James Coupler said, I love your name. Hey, Slot Sister, me and Slot Sister talk about this all the time because it seems like there's a lot to overcome as a slot channel for women because the stigma that oh no, you're playing with somebody else's money or you're doing, and even Real 20 Slots, they were saying the same thing. You know, everybody thinks that you know, it's just something that they have to overcome. Women have to overcome because everybody has the stigma of men being able gamblers and stuff like that. Let me tell you guys, women are way more gamblers than men, for sure. Believe me on that. But you know, it's just something you overcome, and you put some thought into your name because of that.
Yeah, it's something I wanted to be able to stick with me.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. So your channel was going up. When did you really start seeing growth on YouTube? Can you pinpoint what you started doing in order to see that growth?
Well, you know, VGT is a very distinct game on YouTube. Like if you like in Oklahoma, we know VGT. That's just our to-go machines. But like you guys who's out west, who's never been this way and played in one of our casinos, you know, you kind of be like, what is that? All that the spinning and stuff, you know? And so that helped my channel grow because a lot of people started watching VGT.
Yeah.
And it was just, and then out here, a lot of people like VGT because that's such a popular game. So with those two factors, people really start gravitating towards it because the fascination of a red spin.
Yeah.
And VGT, they get good views on VGT on YouTube. So, but yeah, that's where how I really started growing my channel. I didn't really get good views on like just regular, like I guess Vegas style casino games, but VGT I've always did pretty good on those.
Oklahoma's casino review slot says most women out gamble men all the time. Hey, I think right there. And when you talk about the red screens, I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch it, but last night I saw Jackpot Joe. He was at the casino. He popped some money into one of those red screens. I don't know if you got a chance to see it within a few minutes, and he knew it too. And that's the question I wanted to ask you, because he saw like a fresh bingo card, and he was like, "Hey, this bingo card's gonna hit." And I think it was a $5 or $10 machine, and literally within 5 or 10 spins, it went red, and it stayed red, and it stayed red, and it stayed red, and he ended up getting like a $4,500 jackpot just on that hit, you know. So do you when you walk up to a machine, do you look at the bingo card? Do you know what to look for? Because I have no clue. I've never played.
Well, when you play VGT, the card is up there. Sometimes it just runs a pattern so you can see. So basically, like say for instance, you're at a bingo hall and they just got your little bingo card up there, right? And it got your numbers, but we have these things called patterns. So you can go to the game menu and you can see the patterns, and these patterns tell you. So if you hit the letter Y, it can pay $10,000 if it spins 3 times on it.
Hi, Gambling Granny, 5K Grenade, JJ SlotPlay.
Hey
Slots have
JJ.
been. Really appreciate JJ SlotPlay plays out by you too. So
Yeah, they play
okay,
a high
so
win.
yeah, they have the patterns and you can see them.
Yeah, and so when those patterns get to into those bingo cards, just like you getting it's pretty much a game of bingo. So if the letter Y is up there and the bingo numbers is called on there, it can activate the red spins.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty neat. A lot of people kind of be like, it's probably boring, but it's pretty intense when you are like a pattern reader, because we know.
Okay.
Like we kind of know what it's gonna hit and when it's not gonna hit. It doesn't always hit on that card, but it can hit. And the beauty of VGT, like my 9-liners, you can hit a hand pay without hitting a hand pay. So as long as that is not, you can hit $1,000 hit and it can keep spinning. And within those red spins, you get $5,000 and it never jackpot.
Hey, 5K. I'm sure Tupac's playing in the background, you know, but hey, I'm sexy, but the money makes me. Wow, I forgot it. Wow. I just blew that one. I just blew that one. Anyway, Anonymous, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. So your channel, when it went up, you took 6 months to get monetized.
Yeah.
Okay. So what actually propelled you to that monetization level? Were you posting every day? Was it a grind? What
So
was it?
I post every day. Like I think I took like that April, I probably took like a little break. And with that break, people actually noticed that I was taking a break, but I had to mentally take a break because I don't know. It just, because I want to say I got monetized between 6 to 8 months. I can't really remember. But
Okay.
back in the day, we used to have these networking channels where you could just go in and you meet other channels and you network. So they kind of helped you boost. But it wasn't probably now I would tell nobody never do that. Because doing that can hurt. You can lose a lot of subscribers doing that too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I had my watch time. Like way before I even needed way before the 1,000. But it was just trying to get to that 1,000 mark was tough. That was probably that was a full time and an extra. That was an after school job and a full time job.
When you say after, what do you do for a living now?
Right now, like I remodel houses and I buy and resell stuff. So
You remodel houses?
yeah, that's what. Yeah, I love like working on houses. I love the structures of houses. I love doing that type of stuff.
Okay, I'm going to get back to that. But Anonymous has a question for you. His question is,
Yeah.
what games do you like to play now?
At this current moment, a lot of people hate this, but I like VGT. I love my 9-liners, but they dogging me out right now. But I like playing that Cashman Bingo.
You know, oh man, you bring that game up. I sat on a machine down at Harris SoCal, and it looked like everything was filled up. And I played that game. I dumped $250 into that game and didn't get that thing to pop. I was so pissed.
Man, that game was a hustle.
Yeah, I was trying to get that game. I'm never coming back to this game. And here you go saying that's one of your favorite games, or that's one of the games you like playing now.
Yeah.
So what's your all-time favorite game?
Is
the
it
9 lines?
Okay. Yeah, my all-time favorite is 9-liners. Like I'm addicted to those. I can't. Sometimes they my downfall. And then sometimes they get me in the game, but can I do a shout out? I want to shout out Grandma
Please.
G, who just entered the chat. I appreciate it. That's my grandma.
Who is that?
My grandma T.
Grandma T. There you go. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming in,
she be
Grandma T. Really appreciate it.
she be
So,
watching your show. She be telling me stuff you be saying.
I
She be like,
hope
Rhino man be sounding about this.
I hope it's all good.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
all
know,
good. She like you, man.
I learned from everybody else, so that's part of the fun for me. I learned from you. We had a conversation earlier today, and you were
Mm-hmm.
talking about how you grew your channel and how the grind,
Mm-hmm.
you know, basically you put stuff out every day, but you got to step back and take a little time for yourself as well. Um, you
Yeah.
know, and everybody out there that's trying to grow to 1K, what advice would you give them knowing what you know now?
What I know now, the best thing I will ever tell you is enjoy what you're doing, because that grind to 1K is hard. It's like it's the hardest. I don't care how many thousands you hit, that first 100 is hard, and then that first 1,000 is the hardest. And I started finding myself not enjoying it because I was always hustling, trying to get that next subscriber. Oh man, if I can get 10 today, all this and this. And I felt like I wasn't enjoying growing my channel.
Yeah.
And it is a such thing as over networking. Because if you over network, and you can lose a lot over networking, and you actually don't gain your watch time. You don't gain, yeah, what is it called? The algorithm. Is it the
Yeah.
algorithm be off? And you just genuinely don't make genuine connections with people on YouTube, and you don't grow organically.
So what I heard you saying there is enjoy the grind. Basically, don't worry about the 1K. And you've heard
Yeah.
this on this channel before, and a lot of other channels will say the same thing. Don't wake up in the morning and look at your subs, because you know what? That's pretty much not what you're doing it for. You're doing
Yeah.
it to enjoy what you're doing. And if you do that, the subs are going to come eventually. And we talked about how you posting a video today, that might not do anything. Tomorrow might not do anything. But you
Yeah.
keep doing that grind. You keep putting those videos
Yeah.
out. You keep enjoying those videos. Eventually, what happens? Something takes off, right?
Yeah, because I used to watch. Well, I still do. I watch a lot of big YouTubers, like vlog channels or whatever, and that's really where I get my advice from. Because I'm like, if this person made it to 1 million and they're giving you this advice, this is free advice they're giving you. They
Yeah,
say put out as many videos as you can on YouTube. There's no such thing as too many videos. That's literally what YouTube is for. YouTube is for you to put as many videos as you can. You know, but make sure they're good videos. You know what I'm saying? I mean, put your personality in it. Be you in your videos. Never be somebody else. Don't. I know when we all start out, we kind of go and we kind of be like, maybe you want to be, maybe you watch so much of your favorite YouTuber that sometimes your content start looking like that. You know what I'm saying? But the best thing you can do
exactly.
is create your own, kind of create your own lane, because this is your channel. This isn't somebody else's channel. Like Rhino Man has said, this is your business. You are a business once you create this channel.
Exactly. The boss slot says, "Love the show, Rhino Man. Hello, TTown.
What up, boss?
Hey, hey." Um, but you know what? That's the way. That's the way. You know what? I haven't done a segment on it yet. I agree. I started my channel to have fun and interact with other slot players, but it's easy to get wrapped up in getting to 1K. And you're absolutely right, Casino Lady. But don't get wrapped up in that. Just keep putting out that content, and eventually something will click. It may not click today,
Yeah.
tomorrow, 6 months, 8 months from now, but it'll click. But all the way you're putting content out there for something to catch. That's what you got to keep in mind. So you
And
that's exactly what you got to keep in mind on the road to 1K.
And you
I-
never know what your videos is gonna do. Like you can like on my first hundred subscriber celebration video, which was a Mighty Cash, it didn't grow like I thought it was gonna grow. Like a couple months later, all of a sudden I looked up, I was just looking at my videos, it hit 2,000 views. And I was thinking, what? And it felt like I didn't see it hitting that high because I didn't, your videos in the background can do amazing things. Sometimes if you focus too much on that video you just dropped, sometimes just drop that video, but watch those videos that you posted a couple months ago. Sometimes they hitting. Now that video is over 10,000 views.
So that's what I wanted to ask you too. Have you, because for slot channels, and you think about it, for a video to go viral, you have to do something amazing. You have to do whatever. Did you have a video that you thought was going to do fantastic, but it didn't live up to your expectations? Tell us about that.
Probably, I'm gonna say, whenever I premiere a video and then I get really good views in that first or second hour, and then it just fall off in the middle of the night, and it's disappointing. Because like I would say, like my Mighty Cash Grand video, I thought, man, this is the video that's gonna make my channel pop. And really, I mean, it hit 3,000 views. That's still an accomplishment, and I'm grateful for it. But I really thought, man, this is gonna go to wherever. But I learned to not worry about that. My biggest video that's not like a short, it's like, I can't remember how many views it is, but it's not even that big of a win. It's just a red screen video, and it's only like 5 minutes long. And that was one of my biggest videos. You never know what video is going to take off. It can literally be a video you win at $20, but something about that video YouTube pushed through.
So the boss said, and we touched on this earlier, is it this, if you're looking to get monetized and you're looking to grow your channel, I wouldn't worry about the subscribers. What would you worry about? The hours, right?
See, this is like that catch type of thing. So growing my channel over the years, I've heard people say, I'd rather get to the 1,000 subscribers first and then worry about watch time. And then I heard people say, I was one who actually said, like, I'd rather get my watch time first and then my subscribers, because it doesn't matter. Once you get monetized, then you got to meet that $100 threshold anyway. So yeah. I think it just really, I wouldn't want to get to the 1,000 subscribers and then a watch time, because I see so many people kind of struggle with trying to get their watch time. But I think you should build up your channel first with videos and get your watch time, and then worry about the subscribers. But if you're putting out good content and people's watching it, both of them is going to go hand in hand.
Okay. Let's see what Slotty Math Teacher says. She says, my humble opinion, grow naturally, grow your channel, get your subs quickly. They are really interested in get your subs quickly, really interested in your content. Then you have the trouble to get the watch time. And that's correct. I see both ways. But the way that I think about, the struggle to 1K is this. And I'm going to be honest, if you were thinking I'm going to start a slot channel, I'm going to get to 1K and I am going to get monetized and I'm going to start making money, you're totally wrong. Yeah. I don't see that happening. If you get to 1K and you start making money, yeah, you get a little income on your revenue. And next Wednesday show, I'll show you some tricks. I got a guest coming on. It's a mystery guest that's gonna tell you some tricks on how to maximize your monetization and how to grow your channel. But for the most part, you're not going to make a lot of money when you first start out. You better have a 5 or 10-year plan if you plan to be on YouTube to make money. Is that correct, TTown?
Can you say it one more time? It was kind of cutting out.
What basically?
Oh yeah.
Basically,
Okay. Sorry, MJ heard it. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm as
if
long.
you play,
I guess
if
this
you
is the funny part about
if
YouTube. I don't know. Like, as long as you meet your $100 threshold each month, that's. I mean, you're gonna make money.
yeah,
So it just depends on what your views is on how much money you're gonna make. So
but
if you're banking 1,000, huh?
but here's my point. If you're trying to make money on YouTube, you're not going to get it at 1,000 subscribers. You're only going to get it if you have like a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan to grow your channel over time. Because to be honest, NG, BC, all of those big slot channels, they didn't make money right off the bat. They were they had the grind. They had to struggle it out the same way that everybody else does. But they built over time. They built a way to make money with YouTube. And the Beast, you watch the Beast, correct?
Yeah, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Beast. You know, he
Okay.
did. Go ahead, take it away.
I'm sorry. It's like a little delay. So it's like I hear you, but then it cuts in and out. I don't
Okay.
know if it's my internet or not.
Well, it could be mine. It could be mine. But what I was saying is, you know, there's a lot of channels that took time to grow their channel to where they're monetized, to where they could do it without having to work someplace else. If you're expecting that, don't expect it, because it's not going to happen right away. You have to have a plan for that.
Yeah, like you were saying about Mr. Beast, is Mr. Beast, which is one of the top YouTube channels, and Mr. Beast, the way his channel grew, he didn't start off being he wasn't as great of a channel. He had content, he was putting it up, but he slowly started grinding, and then finally videos start taking off, and then his channel started taking off, and he started hitting these big milestones, and now he's making millions on YouTube.
Exactly. Okay, so here's a question from the Broke Gambler Slots. His
What up, bro,
question
gambler?
is, do you think YouTube is slowing down on channel growth now?
Yes, I actually do. I think they're slowing down, and I don't know if it's just the slot community, but I think it's slowing down on views and growth.
Okay,
I mean, I see a change in it.
So I have a thought on that. During the pandemic, more people were stuck at home.
Yeah.
More people had to find entertainment, so they watched YouTube and they did everything else. Now that things are opening back up, I've seen a big dip in the number of views, not on my channel alone, but across the board. Do you see the same thing?
See, mine was like the total opposite. During the quarantine, I actually did not grow. I actually lost. That was during the time I actually lost the most subscribers. It was the hardest for me to grow. It felt like nobody was really watching the videos as much. YouTube actually went through and started taking away certain features where if you're in a chat right now, you can actually click, like I see Brazen right here in the chat. And I used to can click on her name and go straight to her channel, and I can subscribe to her right then and there in the chat. They actually took that feature away. And recently they just gave it back to the mods where the mods can go.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the end of the quarantine where they started doing shorts, because I didn't watch TikTok back then, but they was competing with TikTok and you could do shorts. And that's where my channel started picking back up. It's the shorts.
Yeah, definitely. The shorts, that's a double-edged sword right there, because you have a short video that will give you subscribers, but
yeah,
all your analytics are going to tank, and you know they might not watch your full-length videos.
Yeah.
So there you go. When we were talking a little bit earlier about how I think of YouTube, I think of YouTube this way, as a business training program, because the way that they set it up is they give you a little bit, you start developing your own business, your channel is your business, Your customers are your subscribers. Your product is your videos. And as you develop, there's the water. There's the water. As you develop your products, you have to get it out there to everybody.
That was for GC.
There you go. I saw her comment in there. So, but that's how I think of YouTube. You know, it's your own business. It's a part of you. It's how you develop it and everything else. Even if you're just doing it for fun, it's still like an extension of you.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's jump into. You've been on YouTube. You have 6,000 subscribers. Are you making money on those 6,000 subscribers? Are you seeing a return on your time and effort that you've put in, the grind and everything else?
Last year I had a pretty good year. Last year was I'm not gonna say I didn't make hundreds of dollars. I did decent each month, I guess. I don't know what decent is for everybody. I guess if you're making money off the YouTube, you're making money, right? As long as you're making each month getting something. But something happened really with my channel is I did really well with the shorts. With the shorts, I ended up getting over like 2,000 subscribers with the shorts. And I was getting a lot of views. And but with that, they was going to my other channels and they was kind of really boosting up those VGTs and everything. I was doing really good. And then something happened, and I think this is where YouTube was doing the creator fund for the shorts, and they all just stopped, and it did something to my notifications, and so my money flow kind of slowed down on it.
Okay. So
but I mean, sometimes it's not really about the money. It is cool making it. I think it's starting to be just the experience of being on YouTube.
Okay.
That's just fun to me.
And that's what it should be. And if you can make money while you're having fun, that's what it's all about. So my mom used to always tell me, if you enjoy what you do, you're never going to work a day in your life. So regardless of the pay, I've seen people that work at jobs that they love their job, regardless of how much they're getting paid. They don't feel like it's work to them because they love it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I like doing YouTube. I would like to I would like to be rich off of it. Yeah, I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. I want that YouTube money.
Exactly.
They got a lot of it. They can let me borrow some of it.
So Michael says, or Gamblers Unknown says, I didn't get a dime from YouTube Shorts. I had 2 million views while others while others talked about making 200,000 or had 200,000. So
you talking about $200,000?
200,000 views, and he didn't make a dime from it. But others said that they made money, and they only had 200,000 views when he had a couple of million views.
I don't know. Maybe they was his views. Gamblers Unknown. Was your views before the Creators Fund or after the Creators Fund?
So that's a good point too. So we're gonna
before I don't think nobody's making money off shorts. Now they had now with the Creator Fund, if you're doing that much, you should be making something.
Exactly. So now we're gonna jump into your podcast. Why you started your podcast. And right now, guys, there are 39 people in the chat, and I urge each and every one of you, because everybody in this chat has some kind of gambling story, some kind of thing that happened to them in the casino, whatever it is. Slot Vets, thank you for coming in. Whatever it is, Gambling Advisory. She started a podcast and she wants to hear stories. She wants to have you on her show. So if you want to be on her show, contact you if they want to contact you.
Gambling Advisory info@gmail.com.
Gambling Advisory info@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay.
And hopefully soon I can start getting guests on. Right now, I'm still like in the stages of setting up, and like we can do in studio, like we do, like I only put up 2 episodes, but I'm working on now trying to being able to phone in guests so we can talk. I could do interviews, hear people's stories too. I got a lot of things that I want to do with this channel, with the podcast. You know, slot play is fun and all, but slot play is fun, but I get a little bored of, I've been doing it for a while now, so I wanted to change the scenery a little bit. And I always kind of wanted to start something like this. And I had a dream about it one day, and I woke up and I did it. I went out, ordered my equipment, and I'm still working on my studio. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun ride.
I definitely think so too, without a doubt. Scotty H Town, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Learn how to grow, enjoy from. Wow, I can see that.
What up, Scotty?
Thank you, Scotty H Town. Really appreciate that. But I thought about doing podcasts or taking some of these interviews and just dropping them on podcasts and doing that too. What sparked you to do the podcast? Came in a dream, right?
Yeah, it came in a dream one day. I'll be honest with you. That's how a lot of stuff that, like, I'm a thinker. I'm a dreamer, and it came to me in a dream. I already kind of thought about it, but everything started clicking, from the color to the studio to everything to the name. It all started clicking together, and so I woke up one morning. I ordered my stuff. I came out with my game plan of kind of how I want the logo to be, which is I'm still working on it back there, but I want everything about this podcast to be my personality with, my hobby of gambling. And I just want to hear stories. I want to learn more about gambling. Like, I want to learn about table games. I want to learn more. And also the advisory is, just the warnings of gambling, just the habits people form as gamblers. And it's just a lot to go with gambling. Gambling is really a culture in its own.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I love the way that you work on this. And that was one of the questions, guys, that I had in the beginning. What are you waiting for to start something new? TTown wakes up. She has ideas that come to her in the middle of the night. Usually when I get in the shower in the morning, that's when those ideas come back to reality for me. And I start working on them right away, no matter what they are. I try and put them into place. That's why I love YouTube, because it gives me the platform to use these ideas that I come up with and try and create something out of them.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Right? Just jump in. I see you have soundproofing in the background. You have 2 episodes up. What are your plans for the podcast?
So my plans tomorrow, which MJ has been my co-host, and I actually plan on getting other people as co-hosts if, so I can't wait just to get other people's perspective on it. So you might, if you wanted to co-host, you might co-host a couple of episodes with me if you want to. But that's my goal, is to start. Yeah, is to get other co-hosts, because I'm the type of person, I like to hear what a person's opinion is. I'm not really I don't want to argue opinion. No, I just like to hear people's stories and hear what it is, their side of something. So this is also what I'm gonna do on this podcast. I got a lot, it's a lot. I actually got one thing I'm gonna do that help channels. I want to do something where, because I personally look at a lot of slot channels, and I want to do something where I do an episode. I'm trying to debate if I do it once a month or every so many times a month, where I actually shout out so many channels and we talk about their videos or whatever, because it's nothing like that for us a lot of times, especially growing as a slot channel, because slot play is probably, it's like that lowest form of kind of gambling where people think, make money off of slots. Well, I mean, slots are just fun. So
Yeah,
and the slot community is growing. It's getting bigger.
it's getting a lot bigger. And we talked about it. There are challenges coming up for us. We talked
Yeah.
about, certain
Girl,
casinos,
what's up?
hosting, or not hosting, sponsoring certain channels. And what happens with that is, like, if a certain casino sponsors a YouTuber, then it seems to
Hmm.
lock that casino down for other YouTubers
Yeah.
because they want to go with their
Yeah.
favorite. So we have some difficult times ahead to overcome some of these issues that are going to be heading our way. As the slot community grows, as the gambling community grows, we're always going to be hit with difficulties that we have to overcome.
Yeah.
And doing podcasting is a way to change that for you, as far as getting new guests in, finding out new information, and just growing, still continuing to grow.
Because I love smaller channels personally. I actually, when I first started out, or when I first started watching slot play, I actually didn't even subscribe to channels. I wasn't even subscribed. I used to just type in certain chat, like just slot play, and I'll just watch videos, right? So back in the day, it was like Diana. She was like the main. She was like the queen of slots back then, right? So I used to just watched all her videos, Vegas low roller, watched them all, and even I watched when Big Jackpot started. But I never subscribed to these people. And so I think
Exactly.
small channels get a stipulation that if you're not a bigger channel, if you don't have so many subscribers, that your channel ain't that good. But my personal favorite, now that I am a channel, is a smaller channel. I feel like it's more of a raw gambling experience.
Exactly. Exactly. And I had the same experience. I watched, I watched SD Guy, I watched Slotty by Nature, I watched NG, I watched all of those religiously in the
Yeah.
morning before I started my channel. And I never commented, I never subscribed, I never did anything, because I was like, oh, I'm going to start my channel and I want to wait to subscribe when my name is what the channel I make it to be. And so I never did any of that because I was waiting to do something. But that's a key point. When you're putting out videos and when you have lives, there are more people watching than have subscribed to you. So you got to make sure
Yeah.
that you try and get them to subscribe. You were a watcher before you were a subscriber. So keep that in
Yeah.
mind, guys. There's a lot of people out there watching you that haven't subscribed. You just got to find a way to get them to subscribe to you. And I was one of those people too.
And I'm a big person on what's recommended to me, and I watch that. And I see this I see this a lot. And me and Rhino Man talked about it earlier. A lot of us, when you look at get to know your YouTube studios. If you are a channel in this, get to know your YouTube studios. YouTube studios is telling you everything your channel is. It tells you everything your channel does. And you look at that, who's subscribed and who's not subscribed. Like mine's, I mean, I'll be honest with you, like my not subscribed, or my subscribed is usually at about a 30%, and not subscribed is at a 70%. Sometimes I feel like it's nothing wrong with that not subscribed being higher, because that's a lot of that's a lot of new people who's either getting recommended, they're watching your channel. They might not subscribe to you today, but that don't mean they ain't gonna subscribe to you tomorrow. But 30% of your people is watching you, and that's about an average.
Yeah,
So just always look at that and see how you can improve that. Make sure you always tell people how their notifications on, because some people just don't know.
exactly. And they don't know. You know, when I was watching channels, even after I became a slot channel, I didn't know what super chat was. I didn't know what super sticker. I didn't know what analytics. I didn't know what monetization. All I knew is, hey, I'm uploading a video and people are going to watch it. And,
Mm-hmm.
from there, it sort of grew, and you get your knowledge, you get your base, and then you start to grow more and more and more. And would I like to be YouTube rich? Hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I would love that. And I have plans to grow my channel. But I'm having too much fun with it. I'm meeting people like T-Town. Whoa, she just disappeared. I'm meeting people like T-Town. I'm meeting people like Slot Sister, Gambler. Oh, she's back. I'm meeting all of these wonderful people, and I'm just enjoying it. I stopped looking at my subs. Every now and then I'll go on and look at them, but it's not the subs. It's more about the grind. There's a grind to get to 1K, and that grind takes you so long, and you put videos and videos and videos, but you learn to love the grind. After you learn to love the grind, you just keep going. How was the grind for you?
The grind, you know what? The grind, I think it's just that constant of trying to grow was tiresome. But once you kind of get to an ideal number, when you say, okay, I can slow down grinding so hard. But one thing I'll tell any new channel, if you're a brand new channel in here, maybe this is your first live stream, get in every live stream you can. But enjoy the live stream. Sometimes don't get caught up in talking to everybody, but talk to everybody. I mean, you just got to balance your time when you're in those streams, because you want to enjoy, you want to know what the guest is talking about or the player is talking about on a slot channel. But the grind really is, I guess, just to kind of, I personally want to get to know every channel that I can. And I felt like I've met a lot of channels, and meeting channels is the grind, because you get to know them and you kind of grow from there, because then people kind of just know you.
Exactly. The boss said, how come some channels have that super thanks feature and others don't? Um, Bro, I don't even know. I've seen some channels that have just over 1,000 subs have it. Other channels don't. I think it's just like a beta testing or something like that. I don't know what it takes to get that, but um, I would like to have it, but just don't know.
Did he go to his monetization button?
Yeah, I don't know if he did, but I have.
I think I get it, but I've never got anything from it.
We got a question from GC Slots. She says, "Is it a good idea to upload daily?"
I personally do. I mean, I feel like when you want to take a break from it. But I personally upload, I'll say 5 times a week, and then maybe shorts on the weekend. That's kind of how I worked my system. And then in January, I actually took a break just because I really felt like I needed a break, and I didn't upload as much. But I just feel like if you have the content, okay, so if you have the content to do it, but don't go to the casino just to get content. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but if you got enough content to do it, upload daily, upload 2 times a day.
exactly. Lottery Junkie asked, "How do you grow a channel if you can't go live?"
You just put out good videos. Hashtag
Videos.
hashtag whatever.
Hashtag. But Lottery Junkie, take this advice, because not only has T-Town given this advice, but a lot of other channels have. Do not go the route for sub, because in the long run, it'll end up hurting you more than anything else. Make sure that whatever you put out, the people want to watch it, whether it's your personality or whatever. And if it's not working out, try something new. YouTube's
who said it? Lottery Junkie?
Yeah, Lottery Junkie. And she also asked, do you upload in the AM or PM?
Just really, sometimes I do an AM, sometimes I do it in a PM. The best thing you can do is just test what does best for you. Like when I first started out, I was doing it at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it really wasn't doing no that great. And then I started posting 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean 4 o'clock in the evening, and it was doing better. So YouTube actually, if you go to your YouTube studios, YouTube actually tell you when you have the most traffic to your channel, and so you can either do it by that or try to go against the grain and try to help, try to boost those numbers up in there. But it's all about what time zone you live in and who's watching your videos.
True. And I would say look around. If you're watching a lot of channels and you don't see something on Monday night at 7 o'clock, I would try and upload or try and go live Monday night at 7 o'clock, because no other channels are there. Maybe you could draw some more crowd to your channel if nobody else is doing anything at that time slot. You have to try different things. If it doesn't work out, you could always switch directions. But as long as you're not chasing the 1K, everything you do is going to be fine for you. You'll learn what time works for you. You'll find a time slot that works and gets you the views that you get. I do these lives. Look, guys, these lives, here's how my guests come in. I let them choose the time slot that's convenient for them. I'm not worried about the channel and if it's going to be a convenient time for me. I want my guests to have the convenience of choosing their time slot, their day, and then going from there. It makes it a lot easier on both of us. I'm not trying to say, oh no, I got to be Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I got to be Monday morning at 7 o'clock. It's just better for everybody. I mean, if it's convenient, yeah, but I'm not worried about drawing viewers at a certain time or stepping on somebody else's live. If I happen to do that, I will let them know, hey, I'm going live at this day. My guest wants to come on at this time. I'm not trying to draw subs because of that. I want to find out about this particular person that I'm interviewing, and that's all that it means to me. T-Town, I got to meet her in Vegas, and that was pretty fun for the G2E. You were there?
Yeah. That was my first time in Vegas too.
Really? Your first time in Vegas ever?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
My first. It wasn't MJ's first, but it's my first.
What's your favorite casino to gamble at?
It wasn't Cosmo, I'll tell you that much. I did not like Cosmo. I heard somebody I was in somebody last year that was bragging about Cosmo. I want to say so bad. That casino was horrible. Well, I was kind of low rolling a lot in the because I didn't know what to expect, because it is a difference between going to an Oklahoma casino and knowing your BGTs versus going somewhere where there's a lot of the Vegas style the game. So I actually stayed at the Bellagio, so I played quite a bit at the Bellagio, and I really didn't do that good there, but I like the atmosphere of it. But actually, because we walked the strip, I live streamed a lot of them. I went into just about every casino on the strip and played like $20 or whatever. But my favorite would be Caesars, because that's when I got a hand pay there on $3 on an old school machine. And the man who came to me and he go, I've been here for a long time and I've never seen nobody hit on that machine. So it was like triple diamond strike or something. And it was just fun. And Plaza, when we went to Fremont Street, Plaza did me good too. But not Cosmo. Nope. I hope you ain't getting no endorsement. I hope that they ain't watching this, because I did not like Cosmo.
I feel you. Cosmo could be super cold. But there's people that say, hey, if you play at Cosmo in the morning between these hours, you'll do good. Or in the evening between these hours, right after 8 o'clock, you do good. But that's everybody. I've done decent at Cosmo at certain points, but I had a stretch where I couldn't hit the side of a barn with a basketball at Cosmo for like 4 or 5 weeks. So, it goes with its ups and downs. And you said you like Caesars.
Yeah, I mean, I only like it, and you know the illusion to these casinos. If you ever come to like our Broke Gambler, GC, I don't know who else is in here. Spin and Win. We all go to Durant, and so
Okay.
our casinos are really big compared to the Vegas casinos. And
Okay.
Vegas seem like they pride themselves on the hotels, but our casinos pride themselves on the casino floor. So when I tell you we have games from ear to ear, we have a lot of games. And so that was like the one thing when I went to Vegas, I was thinking, man, on YouTube they make this like these casinos are so big, but you go to WinStar, poor MJ got lost, and I had to go find her in WinStar. You know, so this place is big compared to going to Vegas. You know, so it's fun. It's funny.
Exactly. I'm going to ask you a question about your casinos in a minute. But here's a question from Broke Gambler Slots. He says, "Not gonna lie, celebrity status. It's crazy when somebody comes up to you and asks you to get a picture." Bro, I love that. I love that. It's happened a couple of times, and it feels amazing, like a rock star. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then Slot Sister says couldn't hit the sign of a barn with a basketball. Yeah, I was saying that. So for me, Caesar's Palace, I didn't like it. I stayed there. The rooms were beautiful, but I didn't like the layout of the casino. One, because it's like segmented. You have slot machines over here, then you have to walk through the stores and get to the other side. Slot machines over there. I didn't win anything. I tried, but yeah, it's like segmented. There's like different sections. So I didn't really enjoy that experience. Maybe because I lost. You know how when you lose, it's not a fun experience.
Yeah.
However, that got me thinking, and we talked about it. If you have a local casino you go to, you know where those machines are that usually pay out. At least they pay out for you, so you go to the machines. When you go to WinStar, or when you had other people come to WinStar, you had some advice for them. If it's not your local casino, what do you do?
If it's not my local casino, I
Yeah,
say try to figure out what the locals is playing. Like it's gonna be a time that you go to a casino and maybe Lightning Link is your favorite game, but you don't see none of those locals playing that Lightning Link. Don't play that Lightning Link. And that's something I've had to learn. Is if you see all the locals is like they like the Vault machine and that's what everybody is grabbing the table around. Maybe you need to go over there and see why everybody over there, because it's a reason why nobody's playing the Lightning Links.
exactly. So casino lady Slots has a question. Do you play at WinStar?
Oh yeah, I love WinStar. That's probably my favorite casino in Oklahoma, hands down.
Okay.
It's a good casino.
Um,
Like any casino, when you first go to it, you got to figure out what your niche is. But I remember Straight Up Slots told me, they was like, go to the Lightning Link room, and I went up there and I went in there and I banked in there. That was a good time, and ever since then, that's where I go.
and so when new people come out, where do you tell them to go if they're going to
I tell
WinStar?
them go to the Lightning Link room. Like like when Chris and Lou Chumba, which I call Chumba Mystery, but like when I told them, I said they was trying to figure out, like, I think it was like Rio they was in or something, because WinStar has different countries or whatever is named in certain areas, and particularly that part was not good. And they was like, man, we want to win something. I said, go to the Lightning Link room, right? They get in there. As soon as Joe hit the button, he hit a jackpot. I left because MJ got lost, so I had to go find her. And I come back, Chumba hit a jackpot. So it was kind of like, see, like I'm glad it worked out, because it could have worked out bad, but it worked out good.
That recommendation worked out real good for them.
Yeah. Hey, I recommend pretty good games though. I feel like people win when I recommend games. That's how I feel. I ain't gonna get too cocky about it, but I'll be like, maybe you should play this. I done seen good results.
Hey,
I might not win on it that day, but the people win on it.
recommend me some games, because I need to go to the casino on Saturday and hit a major. So tell me what to play.
All right, I had to figure that one out. I always tell people play Huff and Puff, but nobody won't play it.
Huff and Puff has been one of the tough ones for me. I've had
People say
I've
that.
had a hard time winning on that. I see people put it this way. There's 3 Huff and Puff machines. They're all open.
Mhm.
I'll sit at one of them, and the other 2 people will sit down next to me. Jackpot, jackpot. Then they'll move. I'll sit down on one of the other machines. Somebody else come right on that machine. Jackpot. That's just me with Huff and Puff.
I love Huff and
Do
Puff.
they let you record at WinStar?
WinStar, I mean, I record. I record, but no, it's not an open recording policy. I'll be honest, I think the tenants see me record, but they don't really say nothing. But it's security probably is gonna stop you if they see you. But I just, you just gotta be cautious recording. But I personally have never had anybody say something to me. I actually did a whole live stream and it was
Okay.
empty that day in that casino. So I tell people to record, but I feel like you should record. You shouldn't just be like, "Hey, look at this." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta dial it back a little bit, and because to be honest with you, in any casino, a security guard that's new can stop you.
Yeah.
Because I've
without
had
a
that
doubt.
problem at casinos that has open recording, but if they have a new person there, they can stop you. So I don't tend to hold my camera way out anyway. So
I'm trying to read Anonymous's, and I really enjoyed meeting him. Let me get this up on the screen here.
that's right.
If it's
Okay. That's right.
no,
Oklahoma Casino Review. If I say it's okay, it's okay. Nah, it's kidding.
exactly. So, but that's how I do it. I go to a casino and I'll just record. The Caesars properties in Vegas, they let me record, so I don't have a problem. Here's my question. Do you like the bank style check games where they're all in one spot, or the single style slots where they're more scattered out?
What's that mean?
Do you like them where they have like a whole bank of the same style of games, or do you like when they're spread out across the casino?
Like when I play 9-liners, they're gonna usually be probably like five in a row and then 5 on the back or something. But personally, if it's a small casino, I don't like when I go to a small casino and they have a back row full of the same game, because it's a small casino and that's all you're gonna play.
Exactly.
If that makes sense. Excuse me.
So, TTown, we're coming up on an hour and about 20 minutes. Do you have any other advice for people out there? What would you tell people starting a channel, if they have a channel and it's been growing for a while? What would you tell them as parting advice for this interview?
I would say, like, if you said if they've been growing for a while, like they can't get to where they want to be.
Exactly.
I say really what you really got to do is figure out why somebody isn't watching you. Maybe personally ask maybe a relative or somebody and say, what is it about this content that you liked or you don't like or something, and try to fix it. Maybe you put music in there and people don't like it, or I don't know. It just, sometimes you got to go back to your channel and reevaluate it. That's what anybody, even if you're at 10,000, reevaluate your channel.
I love that, because that brings me to 2 issues. One, do you have somebody you turn to watch your content and say, hey, do you like this or do you don't like it? Is that MJ for you?
No, it's probably my grandma or my mama.
Okay.
Like MJ's not a gambler, so I be looking like Charlie Brown to her sometimes. I be like the grown-ups in Charlie Brown for her, because I'm like wah 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 wah. And she'd be like, I don't know. She'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't like Lightning Link. And I'd be like, I wasn't even talking about Lightning Link. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So my grandma actually watches. She watches probably half you guys in here, all you guys in here. I tell her about a lot of slot channels, and I'll ask her like, what do you like about this? But if I really want true criticism, I go to Mama T. Mama T, she might not watch my video, but she'll tell me, maybe you need to do this. So
Okay.
I take in both their advice because they the ones who got me gambling. And they're just people in my life that influenced me to be just a better person. So I go to them.
And they're going to be honest with you. That's what you want.
Yeah. Trust me, they're gonna be honest.
Well, there you go. So, that's the first thing. The second thing is I do this periodically. And guys, this is something that you should do because every YouTuber goes through it. You get discouraged at one point or another. If you get discouraged at any point, you think you're not getting views, you think that, this isn't working out, whatever it is, go back and watch your first 3 videos and then watch 3 of the videos that you did in the middle and watch 3 of your current videos. I guarantee you.
And maybe, sorry.
Go ahead.
And maybe when you first started out, your people really like that better. Maybe they like that style. But in the middle of that, maybe you got to 2000 and you say, I'm going to switch it up. And you start seeing that wasn't great enough. Go back to your old style. Go back to the way you grew your channel. Because that's the best thing you can do is go back to the beginning and regrow it.
Exactly. But what I found when I go back to my first video, because my first video was, I think I barely got 100 views on that one. And everyone after that was like 19 views or 20 views. To this day, they still only got like 24 views. But I go back to those first videos and I look at my current videos and I'm like, wow, that takes me right out of that discouragement because I know, hey, look at how far I've come. Look at what I've learned. Double Deuces in the house. Thank you for coming in.
Double Deuce.
Yep. So
Double Deuce been around for a long time too.
Oh,
we all grew our channels up together.
So you were the class of 2018, correct?
Yeah. I always say that. Like, I'm glad you said that the other day because I think it was yesterday. Yeah, like class of 2018. GC Slots, Double Deuce, Casanova. It's a lot of us. We all grew our channels together, and I can say like I really enjoy all their content.
There you go. So anyway, with that thought, guys, we're gonna let you go. I could sit here and talk to TTown all night. However, we got to end this live stream at some point. I will definitely join her podcast. I hope you guys reach out to her, try and set up something so you could join her podcast as well. I'm excited about that. I hope it grows quickly. And I know with her experience, she's going to be able to make that grow pretty quick. Thank you, guys. Love you. Until next time, let the good times roll. Hey, guys, life is time. Time is money. Spend it wisely. Have a good evening.